Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachakodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule very well to this very day, continually. That is also feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Shai. And Shalom to the whole elect that is laboring this work, that's continually plowing in his ministry, that's showing forth your faith by continually doing his work in all diligence, and continue to do this work in diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith in truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, haven't came up with a topic of this video as of yet, but this is a lamb back off of the elder Anat Zabba. You know, earlier he posted up a video concerning what we have now is a housing crisis, which is going on here in America, all right, which is known as Babylon the Great, or the virgin daughter of Babylon in the scriptures, okay, in which, you know, this is only the beginning. You know, there's only the beginning of sorrows, like our Lord Yahweh Shai, who these people inwardly call Jesus, in which we proclaim the name of the Heavenly Father's Son, in which his name, once again, is Yahweh Shai in ancient Hebrew. But Yahweh Shai spoke of before time that, you know, is going to be the beginning of sorrows, in which we've been in the beginning of sorrows for a long time now. All right. And, you know, it's only going to intensify. You know, it's not going to get any better. All right, it's going to get worse and worse. And the reason why it's getting worse and worse is because the pride of these people are at an all-time high. All right. And see, and they ask, you know, why is the Lord allowing these things to happen and causing, you know, certain events to take place and causing the people to be in anguish or to be in a mournful spirit? Was because of their pride. All right. You know, it was a time to where, and you know what, now our people, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which primarily make up the nation of Israel, and also other people as well, the other nations that are here in America, they're hoping that America would be brought back to what it was before the so-called pandemic. Okay, because now, you know, you have places that are closing, places that are going out of business. All right, people are losing their jobs at an all-time high, and now people are being displaced. You know, they're being evicted from their homes. Okay, you have foreclosures that have been elevated. Or foreclosures that you have more foreclosures that have now taken place here in this year than any other year before. Okay, and this is the Lord smiting this place with plagues and punishments. Okay, case in point, the article that I have here, which is from CNBC, right, in which it says the pandemic may cause 40 million Americans to lose their homes. You know, and that's why we say over and over again that this place is long overdue for judgment. Okay, so little by little, the Lord is going to continue to bring things to light. He's going to continue to have these things happen the same way that he did with the ancient Egyptians. Okay, because with the Egyptians, he was, what did he do with the Egyptians? He was smiting them little by little. Okay, and still, as Egypt was getting smitten, you know, the heart of Pharaoh was being hardened. Okay, and the same thing with these Edomites, especially the higher ups of Esau. You know, as the Lord continued to smite this place with more and more plagues and punishments, his heart is even going to be even more hardened. Okay, to where he's absolutely not going to hearken to the voice of the prophets. Okay, which is sent through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shemel Shai. We're the voice of the Lord, man. All right, and we have proclaimed the destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, in the Bible. Okay, that's the message that we come with. That's the message from the top, the very tip top, which is the Most High Yahweh through His Son Yahweh Shai. Okay, so again, like the title says the pandemic may cause 40 million Americans to lose their homes. All right, and we're starting to see that. So just want to grab a key point in this article. I'm gonna skip down a little bit. Okay, so further on down it says in Republicans' plan for a second stimulus package unveiled earlier this week, it said there's no mentioning of extending the pause on evictions in properties backed by a federal mortgage or where tenants receive government assistance, right? Your government assistance to such as unemployment, okay, or other benefits from the government. All right, because again, people are out of work, so in order for them to continue to live, they have to get assistance from the government, which is in the form of what your unemployment checks. Some people still use food stamps, SNAP, WIC, all of that, man. And really the main ones that are taking advantage of that in hindsight is the woman. Okay? Because America has perpetuated that, the woman can, be independent, she can handle her own business or what have you. But now that you're seeing the system being broken down, now they're not as dependent as they were before, or independent as they were before. Okay, now they're being displaced, or now they're being evicted. Now they're getting benefits taken away from them. All right, and because why? Once again, because of pride. Okay, because of their pride, this is why these things are happening. Okay, especially the pride of these women here, man. Okay, the ones that don't believe, which is a big number that don't believe. All right. So reading on, it says worsening the situation is the fact that by July 31st, and we already passed July 31st. It's August 3rd today. Today's Monday, August 3rd. Some 25 million Americans will stop receiving the weekly $600 federal unemployment checks. In the end, up to 40 million Americans may lose their homes, 4 times the amount seen during the Great Recession. All right, because guess what? We are still in that same recession. That never ended. Okay, because the economy has been shaky ever since the recession went into effect. Okay, now to continue, it says the United States is facing the most severe housing crisis in history, and this is a person here, but continue on down. Actually, I'm gonna go further down. It's like it. So starting from this part here of the article, it says an eviction is already a traumatic event. It's even worse amid a public health crisis. See that? So as this so-called pandemic, or what we like to call plandemic, because it's planned, you have people that are being evicted because of this, man. Like we keep saying over and over again, the higher ups of Esau is going to take full advantage of the situation that is happening here in America. We've been saying it, and it's happening. All right. So these people that are here in Babylon, they can continue to play it off, man. All right. But it's going to get to a point in time where they can't put off the prophecy. All right. That has been spoken of through the mouth of the prophets that the Lord sent, man. Okay. Because these people are going to come to the realization that America is not so great anymore. And it's not going to be great as it was before. Okay. That wound that Babylon has taken is incurable. Okay. And there has been balm that's been attempted to be put on Babylon to heal the pain. But guess what? Like the scriptures say, Babylon is not healed. So that's why these other nations are pretty soon you're going to see an influx of nations is going to start to leave America and go back to their own country, so-called country. Okay, which they're already in the process of doing that, and they have been doing that. Okay, now reading on, it says across the U.S., more than 40% of renter households are at risk of eviction, according to a new analysis by a global advisory from Stout Resias Ross. It said people of color are especially vulnerable. Right, you Jakes, you tribes. Okay. This is while half of white tenants say they're highly confident they can continue to pay their rent, just 26% of so-called African American tenants could say the same. Okay. Let's see. On July 25th, Elena Latin was served an eviction notice at her home in Conroe, Texas. It was a very loud banging. Latin 32 said they just kept screaming, leasing office. All right. Yeah, they want them out of there, man. Okay. Now, since Latin was laid off from her position at a car dealership in May and hasn't been able to find work since, she estimates that she's applied to more than 100 jobs. Nobody is hiring. She said, everything is shut down right now. Okay. And this is the reality right here. She hasn't been able to break the news to her children, but expects she'll have to soon if nothing else happens. It's chaos, she added. Nothing is improving on the outside, but the lease office is still moving forward. And that's right, man. These tenants, they don't care whether you are out of work or don't have the money to make payments. No, they don't care. They want them. They want their money. They want their rent. If you don't have it, get out. All right. That's how it is in Babylon, man. You know. So that pride that these people had on the pride that these people had on them is starting to fade away, man. Okay. The dreamlands known as America is about to be up. The dreamland, which you know as America, its time is up, man. This is it. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and jump to a few precepts I have here. I only got a few of them. I don't have that much, that many precepts. Just want to go into this real quick. Make the point. Edify the elect of the nation of Israel, and be out of here. Okay. As Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. It says, the city of confusion is broken down. Right. And this is known as the city of confusion. All right. Babylon the Great, which the word Babylon goes back to the word Babal, which means confusion. Okay. So the city of confusion, which is Babylon the Great, is broken down. So this system that you see right now is breaking down, as you can tell. Okay. You got a housing crisis. All right. You have a job crisis. And guess what? That's going to lead up to a food crisis. All right. And that's going to continually impact the economy. All right. And then you're going to have another economic crisis. Okay. So as we're going to go through the fall season, right? As it escalates, and guess what? It's going to extremely intensify when winter comes by, because they're projecting another crisis during the winter time. Okay. Then what Jake is going to do? All right. Then what do you modern day Babylonians are going to do in that day? Okay. It says every house is shut up that no man may come in. Okay. And hey, housing crisis, right? The house is going to be shut up that no man may come in. But that's talking about your not only your stores or your local grocery stores, but also that's going to be the time of complete lockdown. All right, where the cities are going to be shut down. Nothing can come in or out unless you have a very good reason, unless you have a legal reason to be there. Okay, that's the point that we're coming into. Okay, let me move on from there. I'm going to get the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. All right, the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, and this is at verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, And the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right. So the grinders are ceasing, right, because they are few. Again, people are out of work because of this pandemic. Okay. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And the sound of the grinding is low, man. Okay? And it's going to continue to get even more lower as this situation continues, man. Okay? It's, like I said, it's only going to get worse. All right? Don't look for anything better than what you see right now. That's why people are starting to bug out now. Now you're starting to see Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6 come into full effect. Though wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Okay? Because we're getting to the point where, in the midst of the people, are when they're bugging out, guess what? The men of the Lord are going to be all right, man. We're going to be stable-minded. We're going to be okay. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because we know what's going on, and we know the end result of what's happening. Okay? That's why knowledge is a powerful thing, man. That's something that is not looked in high esteem. That's why in the same book, Ecclesiastes tell you that folly is set in great dignity and the rich sit in low place. Okay? Right, we'll read verse 4 again. It says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay? So that's it on that. You can get the book of Isaiah, chapter 32. And this is at verse 9. All right? And like I mentioned before, man, that these women that that walked about, in America with a proud spirit, thinking that they're independent, that they can do everything, on their own, basically, being proud and just, I don't want to say enjoy, but just being in overindulgence in the American way of life. Guess what, man? This is what the scriptures says concerning that. This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. All right, this is concerning the women of our nation, the women of the tribes. Okay. Verse 10, it says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. And these women have been careless, man. All right. That's why the society has elevated, or should I say, this society has put the woman on the pedestal. All right. But guess what? That same pedestal that she sat on, or she got sat on by her master Esau. All right. That pedestal is starting to break. All right. And then guess what? That pedestal is gonna crumble even more. It's gonna break, and then she's gonna fall off of it, man. Okay. And then what? Verse 10, it says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come, and the vintage is failing, man. Okay. Again, the system is being broken down due to this situation, this so-called pandemic that's going on, man. Okay. Verse 11 says, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right, sackcloth is representation of mourning. Okay. And that's what you're seeing right now, man. Okay. These women that have, 5, 6, 7 kids. All right. Father's not at home. Now they're going to look toward their children, and they're going to be thinking, what they're going to do about housing or having some sort of shelter for their children. All right. I believe in the video that the elder Manata Zabba put up, it was a clip in there that says there was one woman that had I forgot how many kids she had, but she had basically ended up in a motel. Okay. She had to end up staying in a motel and just stay there because you're not able to find work. Okay? And that's the reality. Verse 12, it says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Okay? Lamenting for the teats is talking about the support that's been given to them by the government, man. Okay? And that's being taken away. Because once the situation escalates, more and more of those government benefits, those gifts that have been given to them, is going to be taken away. Okay, so she's going to be stripped from what she has, and then her true value is going to be shown. All right, because really, man, when you try to look for a virtuous woman or try to look for a high value woman, you're going to be hard pressed trying to find her, man. All right, she is far and few between what's here today. Okay, so once those things have been taken away, her true value is going to be shown, man. All right, because a woman really is supposed to be an asset towards you. Okay, but once shit hits the fan, you're going to find out that these women, the majority of these women here, because not all of them, because you got some that do believe, the majority of these women that you see are going to be a liability. Okay? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out on that note. Lord's will, that's what's edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, that rule well to this day. And also, Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the whole elect that is all laboring as well. Give me your due diligence to make your calling and election sure, in faith, in truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.